Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper. It's time for this week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. We take a look first around the globe. Nations are celebrating the world's oldest and greatest sport. It's the month of May, World Wrestling Month. As part of the celebration, the U.S. has major international events spread across the country from coast to coast. Earlier this week, in a combined release, USA Wrestling and Beat the Streets LA announced another major event. This one will take place Sunday, May 19th. The competition is called United for Wrestling. It'll feature a friendly men's freestyle competition between the United States and a very powerful team from Iran. United for Wrestling is being staged in cooperation with California USA Wrestling and will take place at the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in Cali. That's the most recent to be announced and the third senior-level international event to be hosted in the U.S. in May. The month-end competition begins May 11th, however, in LaGrange, Illinois, with the famed Kirby Cup of Greco-Roman. That'll be followed on May 15th in New York City with the Rumble on the Rails. The fourth edition of the now famed Beat the Streets fundraiser will take place in Grand Central Terminal. Let's go back to L.A. for a moment. L.A.'s United for Wrestling will serve as a device to help foster diplomacy in addition to raising funds for inner-city kids in the Beat the Streets LA program. Sponsor, the Somnani Family Foundation, is an international humanitarian organization founded by prominent Iranian-American philanthropist Khosrow Somnani. We talked about the LA event with national freestyle coach Zeke Jones.
Well, first off, I hear it's one of the largest Iranian populations in the world is in Los Angeles. So, first thing I got to do is encourage all the American fans to get out and watch us wrestle. We can't let that place be full of Iranians. But it's a new time where Beat the Streets LA is launching. We're excited about, again, reaching the community with the sport of wrestling in Los Angeles. And two, it's our Olympic team leader, Andy Barth, and his leadership over the next 4 years heading into Rio de Janeiro. We're solidifying that relationship, and we're going to be supporting Los Angeles and its community and our team leader. So we're looking forward to getting on both coasts and hitting wrestling all over the country and with the best teams in the world.
Well, tickets are on sale now for the U.S. versus Iran event in Los Angeles. They can be ordered at the L.A. Memorial Sports Arena box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, online at Ticketmaster.com, or you can charge by phone at 800-745-3000. 3 tiers of pricing available, starting at $13. They go to mid-level at $23 and $63 for the best seats. Well, the USA lineups for New York and L.A. have not been announced, but the Iranian Wrestling Federation has released their lineups for both dates. Iran is sending a very talented squad loaded with international stars. Leading Team Iran, two-time world champion Mehdi Taghavi at 145 pounds. The team will feature a pair of 2012 Olympic bronze medalists as well. At 185, it'll be the star there, Ihsan Lasgari. And Kamil Ghasemi at 264 pounds. 2011 world bronze medalist Hassan Rahimi will be wrestling at 121. At 132 pounds, 2007 junior world champion Musad Ismail Pujabari rounds out the team. Coach Jones talks about facing this loaded Iranian lineup.
We owe them. We owe them. They put it to us pretty good at the World Cup, 6-1 as we know. And so we've got our work to do to get that turned around. But there's nothing like wrestling on the U.S. soil when fans are chanting USA. And so I feel pretty good about it. But make no mistake how good that Iranian team is. I think they're ahead of the Russians right now. Not to say that the Russians won't be ready in September to defend their multiple world titles that they've won. And we can't look past them in New York City. But this Iranian team is real good, and we've got to be on our toes and sharp and ready to go.
Well, the U.S. is scheduled to announce its lineups for both New York and L.A. next week. Wrestling news continues from around the globe. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
The 2013 World Team Trials for both juniors and seniors will be held June 20th through the 23rd in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your chance to see national champs, world medalists, Olympians, all competing to see who will represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and the FILA Junior World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. Visit www.theworldteamtrials.com for all your ticketing and travel information. ASICS is the proud sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams.
Well, National Greco-Roman coach Steve Frazier has announced the United States lineup for the 2013 Kirby Cup in Chicago. May 11th, the U.S. Greco team will face some strong studs from Hungary, Lithuania, and Serbia in dual meet action held in honor of the memory of Greco-Roman wrestler Jacob Kirby. He passed away in January of 2010. The U.S. team will be led by a pair of Chicago area stars, both who won U.S. Open titles this year. We'll start at 145 pounds. 2012 Olympian Eldis Coleman is a product of high school powerhouse Oak Park River Forest and its legendary coach Mike Powell. Two-time U.S. World Team member and 2008 Olympic Trials champ Joe Betterman wrestles at 132. He went to Chicago Lakeview High and became a Greco-Roman star. Coleman will be joined by two fellow Olympians, 121-pound, two-time Olympian Spencer Mango. Also joining him will be a very powerful and unforgiving young man named Ben Provisor. Provisor will go at 163. Other national champs on the U.S. roster, well, two-time national champ Jordan Holm at 185 and first-time national champ in the heavyweight David Arndt. He took third at this year's Open and rounds out the U.S. team. Young star Marcus Fino will join him. 211 pounds, you can bet he's going to be there to win the thing. Coach Frazier talks about his Kirby Cup squad.
Well, we got a great team. All the guys that won the national championship are wrestling in the Kirby Cup. So our current top guys and some very experienced guys, some new guys, but I think it's going to be a great mix, and it's going to be a great tournament for their experience and for the fans to watch.
Well, tickets for the Kirby Cup are $10 a piece, can be purchased online at kirbycup.com or at the door. Can't get there? No worries. USA Wrestling's Richard Emmel will have the broadcast call on the mat.tv. We'll have the production duties. Our own Mark Bimson will be there. Well, the 2013 U.S. Beach National Championships moved to a brand new location this year, Carolina Beach in North Carolina. Last week on a beautiful Saturday afternoon on the Atlantic coast, champions in 9 divisions were crowned. The action was intense on the senior level as it served as the qualifier for the 2013 Fila Beach World Championships to be held in El Jadida, Morocco, May 31st through the 2nd of June. The U.S. Marines have a star in Donovan DePato. He earned the 70-kilo title after having shut out his opponents in a 3-athlete round robin. It was 2011 that DePato won silver at the Beach World Championships, cementing his place in history as the first American to reach the beach finals ever. For his significant performance last weekend, DePato was named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week.
It's just fun to come out, compete, I've been off the mat for a while, it's just fun to come out. It's a whole different experience, I love it, it's fun. I'm predominantly Greco, so it's just underhooks, so just kind of walk them out of bounds.
Well, taking home the 90-kilo title was C.J. Myers. He defeated Logan Shedek in the finals 2-0. Myers was also on a roll as he defeated two-time World Beach bronze medalist Jeff Funicello. Wow.
It's a casual kind of tournament. I wrestle at Greco at the senior level, so it's a little more stressful since we got world teams this year. But it was just a tournament to come out, have fun, enjoy the weather. The weather actually worked out good. No rain today, so.
Going 5-0 in a 6-man round robin was the eventual 80-kilo champ Jarrett Payne. The runner-up in the weight class was Jay Cornish.
I feel great. I was really excited to come down here. I saw when it was announced and I started preparing. It's fun, I like beach wrestling because it's like most beach variants of sports. More fun. It builds visibility for our sport. We had people coming up asking us what we were doing, what is this, and it's just good for wrestling in my opinion. I like it a lot.
90 kilos and more is called the heavyweight division. That title went to Ike Okoli. Ike battled his way to a 4-0 record out of his 5-man round robin, a tough one indeed.
It was great. My first beach wrestling tournament was last year at the same location, so now that it was here, the national tournament was here in the state of New York, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to come out here and compete, just have some fun.
Next, we go to the women's division. The over 70-kilo winner was former University of Cumberland star Kristen Durkin. She swept a best-of-3 final series with 2 straight wins.
I feel good. It's a nice hot day. I love the beach, so it feels good to be out here. It was new. It was my first time doing it, but you know, I hope it gets more competitive and more girls come out. There's not a lot of females competing, so hopefully this brings exposure to more beach wrestling, wrestling in general, and women's wrestling as well.
Well, Helen Chong made the U.S. team at 70 kilos uncontested. Wrestling fans enjoyed a beach action for athletes of all ages. It was incredible. In the kids, cadet, and junior divisions, along with the veterans, they all had an incredible day. At the event every year, a USA Wrestling Beach Person of the Year is honored. This year, P.J. Smith got the honor. Coach Smith is a past North Carolina USA Wrestling State Chair. Prior to his retiring as UNC Pembroke head coach, he helped establish beach wrestling in North Carolina. We took a moment to talk with the coach.
It's a great honor. I've enjoyed being involved in wrestling all these years, and I love all forms of wrestling now that after 28 years of college coaching, I enjoy working with youth wrestling, different areas of wrestling, and especially promoting the sport, especially at the high school level. The area I'm from, we're fighting hard to keep high school wrestling and to add some programs. So this is another avenue. It's more of a what I call a fun type thing, but it's very motivational for kids and a great team building experience for your team, and that's what I like about beach wrestling.
April 30th, the day before World Wrestling Month, FILA's acting president, Nenad Lalovic, launched a new advertising campaign on behalf of international wrestling. The campaign is called "To Wrestle is to Be Human." The subheads on the ads are "To struggle, to overcome, to triumph." And the working slogan is "Strength is the power to change." Ads featuring both men's and women's will run in various print and online media outlets around the world. Fans, you can take a look at the FILA Facebook page to see the ads and additional wrestling news at facebook.com/FILA.official. Wrestling news continues from around the globe. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
I'll say it again, it's May Day, May 1st, the first day of the World Wrestling Month, and we saw the launch of a brand new website devoted to covering all aspects of the international sport. It's entitled International Wrestling News and has been developed by Amateur Wrestling News, one of the world's top wrestling magazines and websites based in the U.S. Well, the website covers all 3 Olympic styles on both the senior and age group levels. Content includes event coverage, features, videos, photos, results, rankings, forums, and this show. The website will feature stories from the International Wrestling Federation, FILA, as well as from journalists around the world. This initiative is one of the many things that Amateur Wrestling News is doing to support the Keep Olympic Wrestling movement. Check out the brand new website at the address on your screen. Well, last week we covered most of the action from the U.S. Open in Las Vegas, but we missed some stories for sure. The FILA Junior Nationals features the nation's top 17 to 20-year-olds. At stake, spots in the FILA Junior World Team Trials in Stillwater in June. One of the nation's best high school wrestlers is Aaron Pico of California. He won a double title, claiming both freestyle and Greco gold at 138. In Greco, the championship finals there, Pico beat Jose Luis Felipe. In the freestyle finals, he followed with a 7-0-5-0 thrashing of Joey Ward.
I feel good. I went up to Junior FILA to get some good competition, and I definitely did here. My second and third match was really tough, but that's what I need, and I'm happy I came, and it's a great tournament. I like freestyle and Greco because it's Olympics and stuff, but folk style is what you need to get to college, but I like them both. That's all a question.
Well, in a weight class that was stacked top to bottom was top high school and collegiate stars who rose to the top. Earning outstanding wrestler in freestyle was 132-pound Michigan high school star Ben Whitford. In the finals, he beat Penn State star Jimmy Gulliban.
It's a great feeling. First junior FILA title that I've had. I think it's the first time I've been out to juniors, and it's great to win it the first time. And I get a chance to make that world team, so I'm excited. I wrestle a lot of freestyle and Greco. We wrestle with Massa's. Taylor Massa won this tournament last year. So I get to wrestle with those guys a lot, which is just better overall for my wrestling.
Colorado's 2012 Junior World Team member is Adrian Cordova, and he successfully defended his freestyle title, giving up only 1 point in his 3 bouts. What do you say? Let's take a look at the FILA Junior Freestyle Champs on a roll. Also making a return to Las Vegas, the U.S. Grappling World Team Trials. Now, winners in both the no-gi and gi divisions earned a spot on the U.S. team that will be competing at the 2013 World Championships in London, Canada, June 12th through the 15th. 2011 World No-Gi champ Brandon Ruiz of Team Edge will return to the World Championships. He swept the best-of-3 series in 2 straight over Joel Bain of the Air Force at heavyweight.
I'm very excited. This is a great opportunity. I love going to the World Championships. This will be number 4. Hoping to go back and get another gold medal. The competition's getting tougher, and I've moved up a weight, and I'm really excited to have a new challenge.
At 185 pounds, the bracket there loaded, as you might guess. 3 past world medalists in the field. The finals featured a showdown between 2 past grappling world silver medalists, Shane Cross of Team Edge and Michael Kelly of Old School Wrestling. Cross finally scored the winning point in the closing seconds of overtime, holding off a very dangerous Kelly on a number of leg attacks.
I was in the geriatric division with about 4 guys over 35, a bunch of other young bucks too, but it's good to compete and felt good in the moment. Yeah. Last year's silver medalists, we're both going to Russia together. I don't see him very often, but I consider him a good friend. He's an awesome person, so it's fun wrestling guys like that.
Winning a close battle at 202 pounds, Eric Brennan of Team Edge. He defeated 2012 world bronze medalist Daniel Huber of American Pancration in the finals. The score, 3-2. Former U.S. Olympic Training Center Greco-Roman athlete is Matt Holtz. He was the champ at 132. In the women's division, Veronica Graves of Team Edge beat 2012 world bronze medalist Gabriella Foster of American Pancration, doing so at 127 pounds in a best-of-3 series.
It went well. I got 2 arm bars, 1 on each match, and I got a really good throw. I do judo. That's really what I do, so it's just come cross-training really for me, and I don't know, thanks to my coach Ed, Liddy, for setting this up, and to God for allowing me to be here.
Here's a look at the 2013 U.S. No-Gi Grappling World Team members on a roll. Well, the star in the gi division was Jason Patino of American Top Team. He was a double winner, capturing both the no-gi and gi divisions at 156. Patino won a best-of-3 series with 2 straight subs over Jerome Gage of Boxing Inc.
First match, didn't really know who any of the guys were in my division, but just went out there, real solid game plan. Won my first match and my second, and I knew this guy had submitted both his people in less than 30 seconds in both his matches, so I had to watch out for the front headlock, and he chokes there and play smart, and I was able to do that, so today, I was able to win.
Peter Sutton of Stable Jiu-Jitsu won the packed 169-pound division with an impressive 3-0 record. All 3 wins, by the way, coming by way of submission. He clinched the title at 1 minute 50 seconds, stopping the no-gi champ Will Durkee of Edge MMA and Fitness. At 185 pounds, 3 athletes were in the round robin, with all 3 coming away with a record of 1-1. How's that possible? Well, the winner was determined based upon tie-breaking criteria, giving the championship to Robert Yamashita of Navy. Here's this year's gi team for the World Championships on a roll. More international news when we return. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, USA Wrestling Kansas recently made a $3,000 donation to support our Olympic wrestling effort. At the Kansas State Wrestling Folkstyle Championships March 29th and 30th in Topeka, nearly 1,500 wrestlers in 5 age divisions came together for one of the most successful state wrestling events in the country. Athletes, coaches, and leaders stood together for a picture with a 2020 Vision banner supporting the sport. Well, the board from USA Wrestling Connecticut presented Kapow with a check for $500 at a Connecticut freestyle wrestling tournament on Saturday in Danbury. The oversized check was presented to USA Wrestling's Manager of State Services, Tony Black. Well, Kansas and Connecticut are joining a growing number of USA Wrestling state associations to make donations to keep Olympic wrestling. Are you among them? Well, individual support for Olympic wrestling has been just as strong. Jeffrey Fleming, the father of 4 young athletes in Connecticut, wanted to make a statement to the world. And on April 15th, he ran the entire 26.2-mile course of the Boston Marathon wearing a traditional wrestling singlet, along with 2 Save Olympic Wrestling flags attached to his backpack. As a wrestling parent, Fleming has great respect for the sport and what it does for the lives of his kids and all young people across the board. On the international level, the Brazilian Wrestling Federation has joined the Save Olympic Wrestling Coalition. That coalition, developed by USA Wrestling Executive Director Rich Bender, is comprised of unified federations who have all made commitments to keeping the sport in the Olympic Games. We thank you. Well, it's time for the USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. We're running a little late. Let's take a look at it. The pictures that are sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our contest in USA Wrestler Magazine and on our Facebook page. Here's a picture sent in by Frank Volcano showing his son, Garrett Volcano, of Charters Houston High School, taking down Adam Geiger of Camp Hill Trinity. It's a 195-pound semifinal at the Pennsylvania Class AA State Championships. By the way, get your photographs considered. All you got to do is send them in. Send them to our friend Gary Abbott at usawrestling.org. Well, folks, that'll do it for this week's show. We do appreciate you watching each and every week as the numbers continue to climb. For all of us at USA Wrestling from the Takedown Studios, I'm Scott Casper, and we'll see you next week.